those hags summoned that demon when they did.
Yes.
And then,
Basically, divine
The
intervention.
hags, yes, definitely the hags.
and then lost
Tim.
control of it. And lost control of it too. It's such a shame.
Beyond our scope. Sorry, we tried.
Yeah.
So
Nobody look at my
last
name.
I don't know anything.
Last
What
session.
is last session?
What happened?
Was last session last session wasn't we didn't do the battle last session.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember.
Yeah, because was last session the battle, or was last session after the battle and us going around? Oh no, it was, because we went back and we rested at the mill. Yeah.
And you had a random encounter, and that's pretty much what you did.
Yeah, that's why we're all kind of blurry, because we went in the mill.
Oh yeah,
like, all right,
River
we'll
came and
rest up.
River came and
And saw us and gave us some kind of inside baseball about, I guess, the politics of the academy, and fill us in a bit on the tower, on the inscrutable tower, and what could possibly entice us there, which we did have a little bit of a, like, okay, do we want to go to the tower? But we kind of decided that I think we should keep pushing the advantage towards the cathedral and then go to the tower, because that the tower isn't going anywhere, but the cathedral is, it's there.
I think that's
There's a war happening. Yeah, there's a war happening right now.
cathedral
so
first, tower afterwards, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we had a pretty decent plan. The idea, well, actually, so say that on the way to the gate, we had our first critical failure of survival checks. And
Yes.
am I mistaken? Did you roll twice? Did you roll twice and get like 2 failures? Or was just one failure?
No, just one. He doesn't give me 2
one.
anymore for some reason.
And so it was a critical failure. So you missed this critical failure, which actually would have been fine. So we were there. There was a bunch of like dregs and zombies and stuff, and there was a nice like juicy looking delirium crystal, and we're like, this is a trap. This gotta be a trap. So we're gonna move on. And then Nesp goes, no wait, I got an idea. And he gets his little unseen servant to go over there and start like working on the crystal, which, as it turns out, is this little hat of a giant mammoth-sized monster that busts out of the ground, and fortunately for us, we had the advantage because we had an unseen servant on our side who proceeded to hit continuously, just slam after slam after slam, doing ones of damage.
Ones of damage.
I mean, let's be fair here, because it was a great idea till the unseen servant actually face planted the crystal and activated the whole thing.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Up till that point, it was a great idea.
After
That, it was a very bad idea.
Fritz was he was strategic in his maneuvering, very very strategic. Managed to maneuver around the battlefield like a ghost, as per the usual. We had some.
You had to cover.
Yeah. Because we had the web came out. We had a web from Atoli and trying to slow it down. Unfortunately, the web didn't work against it, so it didn't. I mean, it offered up
Sounds like
some
you
visual.
guys were in a real pickle there.
It was a visual deterrent.
It was exciting.
A visual deterrent.
And on the note of Nabarlin, so Nabarlin can ride Blondie like a horse. Like he can mount her and ride her like a horse. And I honestly, I never thought there would be a reason to do that, because it doesn't really. On D&D, like bows have no real advantage on a horse like you do if you do like with a melee weapon. So I never thought there'd be a reason to do it until this exact situation where I could do the disengage action and hop on Blondie, who was out of reach of the monster, and then use her dash action to run. So this was a good good experience in actually using the mount option for the dragon. That I never thought I'd ever use until that very moment. So that was actually good. And got to try out some new tricks for being level 8, which we all are now. So
Right, level 8, level 8, level 8.
We did make it to the gate.
It was certainly a session.
And that was like the entire session because we got to the gate and we had our plans. The plan, I think, is we've got the Hooded Lanterns are offering archery support while we have the cavalry from the knights or the paladins using them as diversion to draw them into an open field where they have more maneuverability as well as the cover of arrows from the Hooded Lanterns. While they're doing that, we're going to hell dive into the roof of the cathedral and assassinate the Lord of the Feast. Also, recover the phylactery and the, I guess, the archives of some sort that are down there that the Lord Commander asked us to get. So
there's something underneath the cathedral.
Yeah.
We've really got ourselves in a lot of shit.
I know, that was a mouthful. Did I miss anything?
I'm not sure if we have decided, or if it was decided, if the commander or the knight captain of the Silver Order would be coming with us, because that was in the discussion at some point.
We convinced him to lead the cavalry as a diversion, and so the question was if we asked the Lord Commander to come with us instead, just to get some extra support, because we don't want the paladins leader to be down there when we have to start being shady and going against what the paladins might want.
I mean, we have discussed the possibility of giving him a happy little accident.
Yeah, well, yeah, if he does decide to come and like surprise us and say, "Oh, I'm here to help," then he might not, his hell dive thrusters might not activate, and he will just smack straight into the ground.
Or there might be another demon.
Or might be another demon.
A rampaging fireball, it happens.
But that's where we're at. I think we're leaving now, as we're going to go to the Hooded Lanterns garrison and fill them in the plan.
Didn't we do all of that?
I want to say we did.
Yeah, we did it. Like
So?
we've had the whole discussion with the paladins, and the second part of it is to go fill the Hooded Lanterns in and then leave from the Hooded Lanterns garrison.
Correct.
That was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where
Meaning-
will we be picked up by the Griffins? Here
Garrison.
or at the garrison? Okay.
Because what they'll do is how we discussed it was we'll have the cavalry basically hit and run and what do you call it, where you train the fight the Garmir away, it's the bulk of the force away, and then we'll come in with the Griffins, drop in, and the Griffins will keep going and follow up the flank of the Garmir. Very fluid action. Everything's gonna work out fine.
Everything's gonna be fine, guys. Everything is fine. There's nothing to panic about. We're gonna be great.
Something famous last word.
Something.
Let's see how long your character survives this time.
Something.
You gotta
We're
rip it
level
to
8
me.
now. We can't die. We're never gonna die.
We live forever.
We live forever.
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever?
Who are these guys? Who are these
So-
cuties over here?
Well, if you didn't die, you would know.
My memory indeed says that you're going to travel back to the Hooded Lanterns for this final confirmation and then go, right?
Yes.
Right. So I will grant you the travel over there without any issue, because I think you've had enough issue traveling back and forth through Drakkenheim thus far.
He's pitying you.
Well, I would have
I
been.
can sell it. I can sell it under the guise of story because most of the garbage have been cleared out. So it makes sense that it's kind of quiet on this side.
It's a little bit
Like-
of pity though.
Like, Isabel, you don't know. Like, if we hadn't gotten level 8 and I didn't have a new trick up my sleeve, I would have been floored in that last.
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. That's really funny, though.
Meaning, if I quickly swap you over here and stop that track, you will be moving over yonder. One thing I do want to know is, do you travel along the wall, or do you travel through the city or around the city? Just for my own, just for my own sake.
Are we going to the? Or which gate are we going to? We're leaving from 4 and we're going to 5, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we stay along the wall?
Yeah.
And yeah, because we're just going straight to the gate. Because if we go back out, we're going back out towards the giant scary monster that we just ran from. So, I think logically we would not do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I am quickly doing two things at the same time, so bear with me. Here we go. Let's get you back to the Hooded Lanterns garrison, where you arrive. You get through the gates, no issue. I mean, your people know you're here. You get through these gates and arrive at the Hooded Lantern garrison. They are currently not that busy, but there's people walking back and forth. The one familiar face that you'll see right now over here will be Ansem. Yeah, and like some other people.
Where's Petra? Where's Petra?
Well, she committed
Oh,
suicide
no.
after your
Or
death.
so you think. That is true.
No! Wait, what?
No, she went looking for you at some point.
Baby! No! Don't kill my girl!
I didn't.
That's so sad.
I did also make. I was gonna bring this up at an opportune moment, but I did. This is just for future. This is an Elodie. This is Nabarlin carved a what appears to be a delirium crystal into Elodie right here.
Wait, what?
The what?
You made a baby Elodie? You made a little Elodie doll?
For,
All right, that is
Aw.
cool.
Nabarlin hasn't
really
given up hope
cute.
that he'll find her body, so we've already discussed with trying to use scrying to find her body. So I was like, he needs to have a visual reference for that. So that's what that is.
Somebody's been playing with his printer.
Yeah, it's going on.
Did you make an actual Elodie, or is that just
This is
random?
this is a human female rogue with her daggers. So it's both. Yeah.
You have to take pictures of it so I can see a better image.
It's not like I didn't do because it was supposed to be roughly carved, so it's not like a perfect. I'll take pictures
Right.
so you can see it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I guess we'll walk in and we're here to see the Lord Commander. So
Yeah, let's just quickly inform him, and then
yeah, guess we'll.
yeah.
I'll look over here and just kind of be like, Lord Commander, and just ask him.
If you ask for the Lord Commander, he will go ahead and get him. Lord Commander is currently busy in its tower, or in his tower rather, and he will come out and looking at you expectantly. All right, what's this? What's going on now? What are we doing?
Looks over at everybody else. We've just discussed with the Paladins our course of action to retake the cathedral.
Okay.
Wait, why is he coming out of the?
Why
He
not?
never comes out.
Should we?
Sometimes does.
Sometimes does. No, I say. It's
Yeah,
like,
but we
should
also
discuss-
have a doppelganger problem.
And I'll say, let's discuss this inside.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Let's.
Since when does he say yeah? Kill him!
now you got me. Now you got me wondering here.
I'm sorry, but like the fact that he came out was just to me like so weird. I don't know why.
All right, tell me what's going on.
In game, how long has it been since we saw him? Because we saw him first, and then we left to go see the Paladins. How long has it been?
I believe that's all still within the same day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the same day. So
Hey.
we had a fight when we get there. All right.
It's probably just a couple of hours. If that, we went from Ackerman Hill there, talked to him, went directly to the Paladins, talked there, went directly here, so it's not that long.
The question is, I mean, now you got me questioning. Is this should we just assume this is the right guy?
I'd say so.
Well, yeah,
Well-
you'd say so.
I'm questioning everything right now. Sorry.
Yeah. Partway through the conversation, I would like to judge his. I've been around him enough to judge his body language to see if that is if he's behaving differently. So if part of it,
You will not have to roll for that.
Yeah,
It
you
is.
do.
don't have to roll.
okay.
There is something
Okay.
irking him.
Before we get started, since we've noticed, I'm going to bring it up here. It's like, Lord Commander, before we get started, has something happened? You seem off.
It's Queen Lenore. She's not getting better, despite the efforts of Oscar. She is of a at least relative sound mind, but her body isn't changing, and she's still my queen, and to a lot, if not all, of the Hooded Lanterns, she is their queen. She's our queen. But we all know what this means when we bring this out to the world. If we put her on the throne and be like, well, here she is, everyone's going to freak out. Everyone's going to say it's an illegitimate claim. She needs to be brought back to who she was. Oscar seems to have a lot of trouble with that. So we've been scouting out other methods, and I'm a man of action, and if I have to choose, I'm a man of science. But there's so much more than that in the world. There's the faith, there's nature, there's so many things. It's hard to put yourself behind all of them in a desperate grasp for anything to help you, right? But it's times like these that you kind of have to let your guard down and just accept whatever is being handed to you. Now, recently, Cal, our resident healer, he has some ties with a druid cove from a little further ways away. They said that they might be able to help, so they sent someone over. I'm not sure if it's going to help, but it's worth a try. I don't know. It's another new face. It's another method. It seems that you don't even believe in it. See, you knew it.
Nespa rage quit.
Not the druids.
He just has a blank
Think about the
stare.
druids. No, druids.
Well, he's only been working on this for several days now. He's not. I mean, it's you can't expect miracles overnight.
No, but we don't have time with us, so to speak. We need something at some point. And apparently Cal firmly believes in this person. I'm willing to trust him. He's healed other people in our camp so far, so I just hope he isn't wrong. I don't know if you want to meet her. She is she's currently in the infirmary with Cal.
I have a feeling we probably should meet her because it might be an invaluable member to our party.
Well, I don't know, maybe. She seems very. It does. She's kind of on your level, if you catch my drift.
She's like 8th level.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Is it difficult
So
to weave
return
in
to
a new
form,
person
really.
at this stage?
Not necessarily, but it was kind of like an like I mean, for what you were gonna do this session, I was like, horn.
It's the honestly, I was actually thinking about like how are you gonna fit it, but my first thought was, oh, she's gonna be like helping the lantern somehow, and she can just. So anyway, yeah, before we go meet her, or before we go meet this, I think we should discuss the main object here. Are you still committed to the cathedral?
Yeah, I think so. It's ultimately it is what the Silver Order wants, but we have a lot to gain from this as well. It'll be a big foothold in the city. It'll clear out a big threat. And it's a beacon of hope, even for those that aren't as religious as the Silver Order. It's still something. Relighting that fire, literally, in the cathedral will be something. Plus, well, whatever we discussed from down there. This is important. So yeah, I'm behind this.
Well, I will. Then Barlin explains the whole gist of what we discussed about the hooded lanterns offering archery support and the cavalry. He basically repeats.
It's a very daring plan, but yeah, it could work, I guess. We don't have a lot to go on. We know that there's these Garmir over there. There's this big leader of them that lorded a feast. Yeah, we don't have much. Are you guys sure you want to do this? This is more than we can ask of, with due respect, but simple adventurers, right? I mean, you guys have proven invaluable, and I don't want to brush you off as simple, not by any means, but this is quite something that you're committing to.
Well,
I think we already committed.
Yeah, I think we're a little past the questioning at this point.
With fair compensation, everything is possible.
It's not. It's a fair point. It's not about if you do the job; it's how much it's going to take you to do the job. And it seems like there's a lot that could be worth it in the cathedral.
I mean, at this point, at least we're going to have statues in the center square whenever Drakkenheim is rebuilt, right?
If that is something I have to commit to in order for you to do this job, I am willing to say yes to that.
I'll ask the steward. Steward, we get some statues.
We will see.
Okay.
Wow. Can't even commit to a statue of my size.
Here's the one thing I don't remember. Did we say just send griffins, or were we going to send somebody over? Because I remember we talked about the two generals problem. We got someone into the, some of the IT talk there. So are we going to send a message back and then wait for griffins to arrive? Was that the idea?
I originally thought we would send just a message to the Hooded Lantern, so I don't remember what exactly we talked about, and yeah.
Okay. I think
since there aren't any griffins yet here yet, so we probably should send a messenger.
Yes, and then we'll wait for them. They know how fast the griffins are there, and we'll do that. We'll send a let's do this. We are. How long? It wouldn't take us that long to walk down the wall, so we could. I mean, I could just give tell Thistle to go right back to where we were. I'll give her time frame it took us to leave to walk down the wall, and then I'll snap her back and see if they got the message.
All right.
So I'll do that. Walk out. I will do a little message explaining the setup, and I guess we'll the time frame from when the Griffins arrive for them to. I guess they should send the Griffins. Send the Griffins whenever they want to start, and then we'll. Because here we go. Because the Hooded Lanterns need to get in position, so they need time to do that. So I think. If I was to ask the Lord Commander how much time he needs to get in position, what would he say?
Well, if we start moving everything right now, a few hours at max, we can move very quickly.
Okay.
We've been anticipating, so yeah.
Should we then just say this afternoon at that time we will start the operation?
The exact, we'll just do it at that time. So yeah,
That
so
will
it'll be.
work.
So I'll put in the message and send Thistle off. She's got. If you need to do any rolls for this, she's got a +3 to stealth, flyby, and she will be dodging the whole time.
Make me a stealth check with advantage, please. But I mean, there's as long as it's not a 1, you're fine. Yeah, you're good.
14. Okay. All right.
Owls are nature's slowest bird.
Wait, are they?
Yes, they're really slow.
That's okay.
It's
But
how they
they're
can be so quiet.
I was
It's how
about
they
to
can
say,
be so
they're
quiet.
silent.
Is because they're
They're
very,
silent.
very quiet and they're very slow.
I don't think they're that slow. There must be like slower birds. I don't imagine a penguin is slower than an owl, faster than an owl.
Well,
Okay.
penguins don't fly, Mr. Nest.
But still,
Christian.
If we're talking fly speed, yes. If we're talking swim speed, no. Because owls are notoriously slow swimmers.
Not a European or an Africans.
I knew it. I was waiting for someone to make that one.
All right, so I will give Thistle about the same amount of time that it took us to walk here, and then try and snap her back, and she comes back, I assume.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
She comes back with the thing not delivered. You have to send her again.
She looks really confused.
She's like, I was about to deliver it.
Instructions unclear. I drop this off at the nearest enemy. You know, like...
The Garmir's like,
who are suddenly literate.
this would make sense if I could read.
404 commander not found.
Commander not found, yeah.
All right, so I guess now we just wait. Now we're waiting for the Griffins to arrive, and we can start this proper. But while we're waiting, I guess
over at the Druid guy.
that's what I was saying. While we're waiting, now we can go look for the Druid that's been helping.
A druid.
A Druid that's been
what
helping.
rules?
Do we have to?
So, Nabarlin, as you walk around the corner of this building to head to the infirmary where the Druid is working, can you roll me a perception check with disadvantage, please?
Okay.
she, like Fritz, likes to go invisible. Ooh, honey. Both of those are bad.
Okay. You walk around the corner, heading towards this infirmary, and all of a sudden you hear a very loud snarl next to you, and you jump a bit as there is a rather sizable black panther standing next to you.
Okay, Chihiro. Calm down.
Shit. Well, I'm gonna look over, but like, is anyone else seeing this?
I
No
think
one
so. If
else
anyone else is
seen
with
it.
you,
No, that looks like a skill issue to me.
That looks like a skill issue to me.
He's gonna
Oh my
very,
God.
very. He's gonna put his hand around the corner and like wave at Blondie to run over here too.
I think at this point, you see from the infirmary, you see another person emerge, walking towards you and the panther. Ivy, when people look at you, what do they see?
Ooh, here she is. All right. So this is Ivy. She is tall. She has kind of auburnish hair, more orangey in the light, and her eyes are brown, and she has freckles. And she's kind of pale. And she is wearing kind of the same nondescript, like leatherish armor that is on this little drawing of her. She has gloves, leather gloves, and like they kind of go all the way up to the elbow. And she yeah, her hair is like kind of in this messy, like half back kind of style. It's not as cool looking as it is in the photo. She looks kind of scruffy, honestly.
So like a
And
druid.
Yeah.
and she has some daggers in her belt and a sickle on her back, as opposed to this sword that's on her back in the photo. She doesn't really have a sword. And she has a medallion on her around her neck, that is gold, and if you looked really close, you would see it has like kind of like a leafy tree kind of pattern to it. But yeah, and she looks pissed. Says, Maslow, what are you doing?
Sizing up the neck.
And Maslow kind of growls and suddenly looks more like a house cat than like a panther. He goes, and like cocks his head and looks back at her. And she's like, what are you doing, you dum-dum? We're not supposed to eat people in here. Come on, let's go. and he like kind of, yeah, we
Okay.
I told you we're not eating people in here. And he kind of like hangs his head low and like does a little like and they walk back into the infirmary.
I'm gonna follow. I'm assuming you're the druid I was hearing about.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Denied.
So you are?
Name's Ivy. You're
The Berlin Paisan. The rest of my group here is.
Oh, it totally didn't come in.
I'm saying that I would say they're around here somewhere. I was sitting over by the Lord Commander. He's mentioned you've been trying some natural remedies, I assume, to help the people here.
Yeah, I brought some stuff. Your town kind of sucks for nature, so I had to bring
I
it all.
agree. It's not my town. I agree, though.
Yeah. Maslow tried to eat one of the what are they called? Dregs? He had like a stomach ache. I think he still has a stomach ache. So yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, and she's kind of going up. Is Lenore in there as well right now?
In there? No.
Mr. DM?
Lenore's in
Or
the
is Lenore
tower.
in there yet?
Lenore's in the basement, I think. She's down in the basement of the tower. This is where all the common folk are held.
Mr. DM! What are you doing? Is he frozen?
Wait, who?
No. I was asking if Lenore is in the infirmary with us or if she is somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, logically that you should know that. I thought you asked them.
No.
But yeah,
I'm
she is
asking
currently Lenore is in the cells underneath the tower. She has a
Okay.
private cell over there. Yeah.
Right. All right. Cal, right? You were saying we needed to go and do the stuff. Where's the patient? She's very down to business. She's like down to we're doing this stuff.
You mean the queen, right?
Yeah, the patient.
Yeah. It might be better that you refer to her as the queen. I understand.
Well, she's not my queen. She's a patient to me.
No.
Dude,
he
you
looks over
wanted
at the
my help.
bargain.
Like,
He looks over at the bargain with one of those, like, see what I got to work with kind of like, looks on his face.
Well, well, and Barlin will say, she's not my queen either. I don't know what you're asking.
Yeah. Well, she so yeah, she's in the cells right now.
are
There's
you
also a
gonna
man.
bring her up here, or should I
No.
get my stuff and go down there?
You should probably go down there, and when you do, there is this man called Oscar. He's an old man. You'll see him.
Oscar.
He's already worked. Yeah, he's worked on her a little bit already, but like he can't really get into the nitty gritty in terms of like what she looks like.
Huh.
Oh, and she's wearing a mask. Don't take it off.
Well, I'm probably gonna have to inspect her.
Yeah.
No.
Cover your eyes when you do.
Cover your eyes? What is she, like Medusa or something?
Hey, what?
Well, not necessarily, but she might.
Not sure what
might
Medusa
hurt.
is.
An old druid myth. Someone who turns people to stone with their eyes.
Oh, like a Gorgon.
Gorgons are D&D. That's true.
Medusas are also D&D.
Not Medusa herself.
I mean, there's a stat block for Medusa.
That true. Yeah.
Well,
Not a mythological creature, but
Ivy, after you take a look at the queen, come over here because we've got a pretty serious operation that we're about to undertake, and we could use someone with your talents on our team.
only
how would
here
you
for the queen.
This is also to
Patient. Like, I didn't come here to, get caught up in your weird purple shit that's going on here and end up dying. Like, me and Maz, we're getting out of here as soon as we're done with this.
Okay, well, I tried. We're leaving. No, I'm just kidding. We'll take a look at the queen first, and we can talk after that. You got to take care of what you're here for.
Ivy she was taking out instruments to like doctors, like medical kind of instruments to like set up over here, and now she's like, well, I guess I have to put all this away. So she kind of like huffs and starts packing things back into a little bag. And it's like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I'm wasting my time here.
Professor, you sound like Joe Pesci in Home Alone.
That's stupid.
Wingdings.
So unprofessional. This is unprofessional.
All right. Cal, lead the way.
Oh yeah. This way.
Is that Cal? He looks so ominous.
Cal has a very a demure disposition.
He's very demure, very mindful.
I love and hate that word at the same time. I used to love that word, and then it became a popular TikTok thing. And now I hate it.
All right.
Not very mindful.
Not very mindful.
So it's hi, your Lord Commandership.
Oh yeah, you're the boss around here. I'm Ivy, St. Cloud.
The Lord Commander looks up and he's like, you're the druid?
Yep.
Are you? He looks over at Cal. She doesn't look like, is she? You recommend her, right? And Cal nods his head. He's like, yeah. She's
only one of my order willing to make a trek across this godforsaken city. So, you get what you get, right?
So, shall we have a look at Queen Lenore? We can go down there, right, Lord Commander? By all means, just be gentle.
I always
am. Cal will go forward in walking down the spiral staircase. As you go down, there's like a row of cells. This is like a makeshift jail that the garrison used to use. One of the cells that you'll see immediately upon coming down is one that is just open. And inside you'll see all sorts of like alchemical paraphernalia, like just a chemistry set basically. And you see this strange man with a bushy like beard and sunken eyes that just looks ill, working tirelessly, like adding smaller bottles to bigger bottles and stuff. And he doesn't hear you coming down the stairs.
You're Oscar?
Huh? Oh, hey, yeah, who are you then?
Ivy, St. Cloud. I'm here to help with the queen.
Oh, you're my new assistant.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
If anything, you're my new assistant. Can you give me a rundown on what we're dealing with here?
Yeah, you're a new assistant. That's funny.
Maslow growls at him.
Oh, you got a kitty. I like that. Hey, hang on. Is that a... And he gets on his knees. Is that a panther?
Maslow growls more and then goes up to him and then gives him a giant lick across the face.
Well, that's my bath time for today.
More like this.
That is a panther.
What of it?
The walls of ears. That's a panther. Oh. Been a long time since I saw this. Is it showing? Can I, like, if I touch it, does it eat my hand?
Maybe.
Hey, little guy.
His name is Maslow.
Hey, little Maslow. Pa? No? Oh.
Maslow just kind of cocks his head at him like, what do you think I am? Like some common dog? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
He very slowly moves his hand towards his head, and if he can like make contact like without, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna make him an animal
Laszlo will
handling
do
check.
it,
Holy
but
shit.
he will look pissed the whole time. He will be like,
I am so doing animal handling check on Oscar's stat block. That is not great. That is an 11.
that's enough that Maslow will not like bite him, but Maslow looks very, very like mad, and he'll growl the whole time.
Oh. There's no obvious signs of delirium. He's uncontaminated, is he?
I mean, he had a little snack earlier with one of the dregs, and he seems fine. So, I don't know. He had a tummy ache for a couple hours.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can I have some of his blood?
No.
Oh. That's a shame. Beautiful specimen. If he dies, can I have him?
No.
But you don't need him anymore, right? When he dies.
No, he's not gonna die. All right. Can you tell me more about the queen, please?
Yeah. So she is over yonder, and he like points out of his cell, a couple doors down. She looks like the porcelain doll with the really messed up hair. But she is a queen. Do mind. She is a very sound mind. It's her body that's kind of not really ready to get back to normal.
Age.
I wouldn't say that, but that's a way to put it. Yeah. It's,
she doesn't have the delirium stuff in her, does she?
Oh, so she's had a monstrous transformation. She has been, she's been contaminated so far that basically her body just accepted its fate and just changed it to something new entirely. So the inside still the same, outside second coat of paint. That's the kind of thing we're dealing with here. So I kind of want to reverse that, and that's kind of difficult.
Well, I have a couple tricks up my sleeve.
Yeah. It looks curiously at your hands. Really?
Not literally up my sleeve. It's in the bag. Okay, I'm gonna go. You seem like a nice guy, but I think I can take care of this on my own.
Yeah, sure. Don't look in her eyes. Because like,
is it like a real don't look in her eyes thing, or is it just like a she's shy thing?
Well, how good are you without using your own eyes? Like, are you good at blind fighting and shit?
No. Who's good at blind
don't look in her
fighting?
eyes.
I think Merlin's fault. It'll make sense when you see her. And he walks off to show her.
Okay, I follow Nabarlin. Let's go.
All right.
I go to the
delirium.
I go to the door and I saw knock on it and say, Majesty, we have a druid healer here. I've offered to take a look to see if she can help with the situation.
Another advisor come to see if she can help her queen. Why not? Come on in, darling. How can I help you?
Ivy looks at the ground, forgetting that she's wearing a mask. and just says, hi, Your Majesty, I am Ivy St. Cloud. I'm here to take a look-see, see if I can help you out.
Sure. What part of me would you like to examine, Doctor?
Let's start with just like your body. And she'll just like approach. Remember that she's wearing a mask, so she can actually look at her. And she will start just kind of like examining her. Like she'll invite her to like sit on a chair, and she'll start examining like her arms, her neck, her shoulders, her like she'll do like the whole like listen to your heartbeat thing and like listen to your breathing. And Ivy has almost, I think she has she's like an expert medicine person. She has +6 to medicine, so she's actually pretty good at this stuff. Yeah,
so go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Hopefully she has her
We'll see.
wits about her. Let's see. Come on,
roll.
baby.
I says
16.
mediocre.
She can.
That's not mediocre. That's pretty good.
A medicine check.
That could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Oscar might be a weird guy, but he wasn't lying when he said that something transformative happened. Like, it's very clearly a human in front of you. Like, it's probably the queen, as people have told you. You're not from around these parts, so it's probably the queen. She looks human-ish, but she doesn't. Like, her heartbeat, sure, that is kind of human. Her general shape, yes, kind of human. But that's really where it ends. Her skin doesn't feel human. It's somewhere in between porcelain and ashen. It's very, very pale.
Is there like dust? Like, does it start to come off a little bit? Like,
no, it is. No, there are like cracks in the skin, but it's like how marble is marbled, underneath marble. Like, it's not a crack, it's sort of like a pattern. That's what she looks like. She doesn't feel like marble though. Like, it has that sort of like.
Huh.
Yeah, it still feels like as rubbery as skin would be, but colder to the touch, if you will.
Okay, really cold. Yeah, I'll take her temperature really quick. Just be like, could you open your mouth and just put this under your tongue?
I can.
I wasn't the only one thinking that, Nevarland. I see it in your face.
Brown's gonna look he's gonna walk out of the room for this one.
What's her temperature? Is she really cold?
I'm gonna have to take off my mask, so are you sure?
You don't have like a mouth hole?
No.
Oh, okay.
She points towards her face. I don't think I do.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll look at the floor.
Look at the old
Maslow, look down.
As she takes off her mask, looking down, you will notice that the room is a lot brighter all of a sudden. Oh. So you're just gonna like really jam whatever you want in that mouth without looking at it?
I'll just hold it out and she can put it under her tongue. Okay. It's not like an actual like thermometer. It's like a what is it? It's basically like a stick that Ivy has enchanted to be a thermometer.
Stick.
It
actually doesn't do anything. Ivy just kind of guesses.
Yeah. No.
Touches the wet end. It's like, yeah, feels a couple of degrees warmer. You're right.
Feels a couple of degrees colder than it should be. No, the stick actually, like, the end of it kind of does whatever, like, it would do in that temperature. So she knows, like, oh, this plant would be dead in this temperature, would be icy in this temperature, would be, like, blossoming in this temperature. If it's normal temperature, then it's usually blossoming. But I'm assuming with her, it would, like, start.
So the funny thing is, it doesn't feel that way. Her temperature feels different, but by all accounts, the measurements gives perfect normal human body temperature off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you look healthy to me. That's weird.
Flattery doesn't suit you, but thank you.
Well,
can I put my mask back on again?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. So what's the verdict, Doctor?
Well, I have a couple theories I could try. Let me set up in the corner here on this table. And I kind of spread my stuff out. I unceremoniously, like, shove her stuff to the side of the table. just as gently, as carefully as I can, but also, like, not really caring.
One of her perfume bottles drops to the floor, and you can just hear the disdain from that.
Oh,
well, it's a short session. We got to know you, Ivy.
Maslow tries to catch it in his mouth before it hits the ground.
Would it be a dexterity check?
Dexterity check for the panther.
Dexterity
Sure,
and
let
athletics.
Let me see my boy. Let me see
got a
my
+2 on
boy. I think he's this one.
You can also double click the token of Maslow. He's got his own character sheet. And
Oh, really cute. All right. So he. Yeah. I'm gonna use. I don't know if it's the right one though. Let me look at him on here. I want to make sure I'm using the right thing.
If it's like Blondie, you should be able just to click.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So let's look at Dex. Normal. Oh yeah, he catches.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
at a dirty 20.
very, very, very subtly, like, and he's standing there with a bottle in between his teeth.
I take it from him and put it back. Sorry. Thanks, Maz. It has panther slobber on it.
You live for now.
And then I spread my stuff out. It's like a leather bound, you know, people have like makeup brushes and they have like those packs where they like slip them in there and then they kind of fold them up, and it's like a little folded like soft pack of like makeup brushes. It's kind of like that. And she unfolds it and she has some different vials, some different plants, some different like grasses, and even like some seeds. It smells disgusting. It smells really, really bad. It's like
The
she's
bad
got
side
like
of nature.
different poultices and like different little like, she has a whole like mortar and pestle thing, and she's like, okay, maybe some of this, and then she like starts, you know, like preparing a thing, and she this mechanically is her herbalism kit.
I figured as much. Yeah.
But it also kind of, it's like a really special herbalism kit. It like has the best stats that an herbalism kit can have. And so yeah, she starts kind of like messing around, and not messing around, but like pulling different things from different pockets in the little like mat, and she takes a little bit of time. She has a little Bunsen burner thing too, where she like uses a little tiny like produce flame like cantrip and kind of starts it going and starts heating up another thing, and she's like really focused. You notice that she really like gets she's not paying attention to the queen. She's not paying attention to Cal or to Nabarlin if Nabarlin's in there. Like she's not. She's just
after the mask was back on.
Yeah, she's just doing. She's like down to work, like doing her stuff. She kind of hums a little bit. She's a really bad singer, so it's like really off key. And then maybe like 5 minutes later, she has produced a what would it be? Like a little, like maybe a vial of like this really
A cup of tea?
it's like a striking blue juice almost. And it has like some bubbles in it, like it looks like it's somehow like it's
Really?
yeah, it has like what's the word, what is it, what's the word for pop, for soda when it's carbonated. She somehow made something carbonated. And it she takes the lid off. Well, she puts the lid on it, shakes it really vigorously, and then takes the lid off, and it kind of like a couple sparks come out of it, like blue sparks. They just kind of boop, boop, boop. And then she's like, okay, yeah, this is a good first first attempt. This will not taste good, she turns to the queen and says, but this is the best I got for a first shot. And she gestures for her to take it and drink it.
The Brolin said they're eating berries, and he says, "Oh, it looks like it tastes like blueberries."
It doesn't.
I think it does.
So she'll take the vial from you and look at it, and like even though she's wearing her porcelain mask again, you can sort of feel her eyes like sizing you up.
I promise it won't kill you.
I have an apothecary.
If it doesn't heal you,
it
won't do anything.
I have an apothecary already who tried various potions, yet somehow nothing so vibrant has been brought to me.
Well, all my stuff is kosher and from a land that is not as wrecked as this land, so.
Pungent.
Well, what's the worst that can happen, right? And she will attempt to drink it. Just for the heck of it, roll me a D100.
D100?
Yep.
Oh my god! If I get a 100, does she get cured?
There is always if a dice isn't a dice unless there is a chance of succeeding and failing.
And she's dead.
92, baby. That's gotta be pretty close. That's gotta be pretty close.
You gotta realize that everything on the dice is random. Good can be high numbers as well as bad can be high numbers.
I know, but
little did we know that Bear actually made it so that 1 through 10 is good and 90 through 100 is really bad.
The closer you get to 100, the more likely you are to kill her. I did say that if it didn't do anything, it would do nothing. So it would just taste like a terrible drink. I would have made her drink a terrible drink. Also, it's hilarious that Maslow rolled the dice.
Wow.
I selected Maslow on accident.
Maslow is the actual healer here.
I have a verdict.
Uh-oh.
And I only have one more question before I will announce it. And that is, if you would rate how potent your potion would be, your attempt at making this, would you say that this is, seeing as it's a first attempt, but it was also, you're probably putting your best effort into it.
You went into a big description.
Oh no.
Is this a low effort? Is this medium effort? Or is this like...
This is her best effort. This is the high effort.
All right.
Oh no. Oh shit.
So high it is. Let's lock that in. 92. For the next 1d8 minutes, so roll me a 1d8, please.
Oh no. I didn't cure her. 5.
For the next 5 minutes, the target, Queen, can only speak by croaking like a frog.
That's a very druid potion result.
Yes.
Does she change at all, or is it just that?
It's just that. So she gulps it down, and as she gulps it down, she puts it down, and her voice changes as she says the last thing, which is like, tastes like blue.
Excuse you? Oh fuck. Was that? Shit! I knew the frog shit was not supposed to be in there. God damn it! And then Ivy just says, "You'll be fine in 5 minutes." She says, "Let's try that again." She remakes it, and this time, it glows more of a sky blue. So something green was taken out of it, so it's less green than it was before.
I'll give you one more attempt, and then we're because the rest of the people also need to roleplay today.
And it's not not as carbonated this time. And she takes it out, and it does sparks, but it does like maybe 2 sparks instead of like 10 sparks.
Give me one more D100 then.
Oh my god. I have to roll higher than a 92?
Not necessarily. You just have to make a roll.
Just have to make a roll. Oh. A 3! Very low. Okay.
That's something.
Oh, no.
Let's have a look what that is.
Oh no. What is my wild magic doing? It would be really cool if I could cure her. I'm just saying, like, narratively.
There is always a possibility. Though with a 3,
It's not gonna happen.
This ain't it.
was this created, you'd say, with an equal amount of effort, or?
Yeah, equal.
Okay. The second the potion touches her lips, she vanishes.
What?
Well,
Ivy goes, oh shit. Oh fuck.
Ivy, congratulations. She no longer.
Maybe she's
looks
just
the way
invisible,
she
and
did.
I put my arm out to where she is.
There's nothing there.
Ivy
I
just
swear
kind
to
of
God.
looks. Ivy gets a 1,000-yard stare and just kind of looks at the ground like, what the fuck have I done? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh, you idiot girl, what are you doing?
Anybody sensing a theme here, or is it just me?
Shut up, GA. Okay, what is she gonna do? She is going to try to, let me go to my spells here.
So 60 seconds have passed, and the queen
I should
just
have guided
reappears.
myself. Why didn't I guide myself? Oh, I'm so stupid.
She
What?
reappears.
After a minute,
Oh.
she reappears. She looks singed.
Singed?
She's looking around and she screams.
What
did you do?
At this point,
What was that?
it totally would come down as well.
I'm not sure. I've never sent anyone anywhere before.
You sent me to the 9th layer of hell.
What? Oh no!
It
I'm
quite
so
literally
sorry.
says the imbiber gets sent to the 9th layer of hell for 1 minute.
That's so stupid. Why? Why is that a thing?
Your Majesty, are you all right? Are you all right?
No, I'm not all right. I was in hell for a brief moment. I already am in hell, but I didn't want to go there literally.
Well, comparatively, it kind of makes what you're doing now seem like fun, right?
Arriving at
Majesty.
this scene, Atola's hands are both gonna light up in different kinds of magic, ready to.
It's like, probably like.
Who the fuck are you?
This is part of the team I was talking about, which will bring me to my next idea here. So, it seems there's still some work to be done. Fortunately, for everyone, we are about to this operation that I mentioned. It's to retake the cathedral, and Your Majesty, I'm not sure how much you know about this, but in the cathedral, there's rumored to be the phylactery of. Saint Vitruvio. If I understand phylacteries correctly, it may help with what you're trying to do, Ivy.
What the fuck a phylactery is, but maybe it does require something from your place rather than just everything from where I come from.
I think it might be worth a shot, and it's a key we need to get into the castle to rescue the king. Everyone wins.
Well, Ivy is packing up her stuff, visibly distressed. She's like, it's either that or I made this journey for nothing, so I guess, sure, why not?
The queen chimes in and she says, no, I think that's a great idea, actually. Yes. The phylactery should return. When we find my husband, he might need it. And I think you could use another pair of hands, can you not, Sir Nabara?
Absolutely.
You will go with him, Ivy.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna do that anyway.
Tully looks up at Nabara and is like, who the hell is this tree hugger?
Tree hugger? Well, fuck
Ivy.
you too. Maslow growls at you and starts to does that little cat thing where he prepares to pounce on you.
Tully will literally turn around to the cat and hiss. Straight up hiss.
Maslow goes, Rrr!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, this is Ivy. This is the druid healer that came to assist with the queen. I think she could be of help.
Well,
it seems like her talents might be better served towards enemies, from what I could tell. So
she's never been sent to the 9th circle of hell before, so that's something.
If we could send some Garmere to the 9th circle of hell, it might work in our favor. So her tagging along can't hurt.
I beg to differ.
Noted. Ivy, if you can help us out, I think the phylactery might be of use in whatever you're trying to do. Are you going to come with us? I guess is the question I'm asking.
Yeah. I've already said I was going to. Sure. Why not?
Sounds good.
Maslow can come too, right?
Well,
I don't go anywhere without Maz.
He's just like my blondie out there. Maslow is more than welcome and needed.
Blondie? What the fuck is a blondie?
Dragon.
The bonus answer, and he walks out.
The worst kind of brownie,
The Merlin is already gone.
Okay. She finishes packing up her stuff, looks back at the queen one more time, and just says, well, hopefully I'll have better results for you with the next one.
I understand you're just trying, but try a little harder next time, will you?
You got it. She kind of salutes and then goes.
As you walk out, she says, Tolly. One moment of your time.
Walk over. Burns.
How are things going right now in the city?
Well, Christian,
The one that you're going to give me. That's why I'm asking you and no one else.
Well, Your Highness, the Paladins, fortunate losses, I'd say, as that will drain in his. The Hooded Lanterns are weakened as well, but they're not participating as much as Salta. That it's business as usual. Town's ruined.
Honest, straight to the point, fair. It's one of the things that I've grown a little fond of thus far. What did you do before the meteor hit? May I inquire?
He'll hesitate a little bit. Kind of draw a little circle in the ground with his. Amethyst.
As a student, I might presume.
Still eventually got away. Yes.
It's interesting, isn't it, that the way that the Amethyst Academy is institutionalized, children taken away from their parents to study at one of the most pristine schools there is, almost forced into a certain type of craft.
They experimented on me, but I don't suppose anybody outside the tower would know that.
So you never knew your father and mother, did you?
No.
I feel a certain kinship with you, I have to say. I knew my father and mother, physically. That doesn't mean that I knew them well. Never had a good connection with them, and when I was young, I was already betrothed to Ulrich. I love my husband, as I love my country. It's important. Never really could rely on my parents. Not unlike Ulrich. Ulrich had a brother and a sister, you see. They had a very strong bond, the three of them. I have a brother. My brother, well, I hope he's still alive. He probably is. He's probably still in Caspia. I don't suppose you ever get to Caspia soon, now that you're in our fair city, but should you ever travel eastbound to Caspia? Well, before you do, let me know. I'd like to bring a personal message to my brother in the hopes that he's still there. Ganymede is the closest thing to family that I've ever known, other than my...
But happily left.
It's never too late. You have a mission. Good luck. I'll see you soon.
I was heading back out. He went outside of her actual cell.
Okay.
So all we gotta do now is wait for the griffins.
When you get back out, Maslow and Blondie are play fighting. They're like wrestling.
They're wrestling. They're wrestling.
They're wrestling. It's really cute.
Up till the point where Blondie goes a little bit too far and eats.
Playfully.
Playfully. That's the defining factor.
Before we take off on the griffins, can we take a brief break before we dive into the mission?
Yes, we can. As you get outside...
How do we like our girl?
She's more defiant.
Already in
paladin.
And she's gonna grow on us.
She's better than the paladin.
Well, she's a druid.
She's
She's a druid. She's gonna grow something.
Thank you
She
for
does
picking
have
up
a
on
little bit more of me in her than Justin did. Justin was just me trying to annoy you guys.
No.
No.
As you come outside, you'll see a couple of griffins swooping overhead and landing just outside the courtyard, ready for transport. Let's take a 5-minute break and then get to that part.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. See you in a bit.
Okie doke.
Doodles.
Oh, sorry.
You don't get to do graphic moves on me.
I added a new one in as well, by the way.
What?
That's me. I thought it was a very well done laugh, so I made it into an audio clip.
Oh.
It might be from Strat.
It might be.
Yeah, that's Strat's laugh. Well,
Maybe. Allegedly.
I mean, you saw my latest Curse of Strahd clip, right? I did share that with you.
I probably haven't. I've been sick on and off the past 2 weeks.
I'll drop in the chat in a sec.
So, Isabel, the plan actually didn't get. So I'm assuming we're not getting the Lord Commander's help on this. Am I right? Is that we're just going? Remember we talked about trying to get his help, but so we got a fifth.
You can still ask.
I think I will bring that up as before we leave with the Lord Commander. I'll ask him.
So plan A was to go without you.
I'll say we're so the Griffins are arriving. I go to the Lord Commander, ask him, and we're about to set off. The Druid has offered to come with us. Might be able to help get the phylactery. I think might be able to help the Queen. Is there any assistance you could offer us? We're trying to keep the group small, but it's going to be a heavy fight going in.
I can come myself. This is an important task. I can also command our squads on the ground. My feeling says that this will be mostly a diversion. The real threat is inside the cathedral. And the problem is, if we bring the entire army there, that is a lot of movement inside the city. The little move that we did towards the gate, that is something that we could do relatively unseen. But moving into the city with a sizable army is something that is logistically difficult. Not impossible for us, but it will attract a lot of unwanted attention. It'll not just be the Garmir that we're attacking. That is my biggest concern right now. The Paladins will just rush forward through the gates, probably on horseback, but even they will not bring the bulk of their army, I imagine. If they do, they're a fool. So the biggest threat will be inside the cathedral. It will be a mission, if anything. If you'd like me to come with you, I'm willing to risk my life for that. But if you have another idea, I'm keen to hear it.
This is the rest of the group. This is for the rest of the group's discussion because we talked about bring him, and there was fears that if he dies, then the Hooded Lanterns are kind of. But
I thought most of this was because Isabel wasn't here, so that we had.
That was it, and that's why I'm like, what's the other guy? Not what Petra's brother. What if we got him to come?
Ansem.
If he, obviously, Plan A is not for him to die. Plan B, the whole thing. But
even you're getting tired of it. I love it.
but if he did, then it wouldn't be a leader. But I'm assuming it's probably his. Man, I don't know his level, but I'm assuming it's probably at least as tough as us. So, I know. I don't know how strong he is. He's a level 2 ranger, so.
He's gonna die. He has 20 hit points. He's gonna die.
He's
in
20
2
hit points. He's gonna die immediately.
Like, if you think about it, he was one of the NPCs we met very early in the game. We saved his sister from a couple of rats.
Barry wouldn't be so mean as to not let him level up with us, would he?
He hasn't been going on non-stop suicide missions, I assume. So
he hasn't had a lot of practice, not as much as you guys did. So
we can because if we don't want to risk the Lord Commander, we can just the 5 of us go. We're dropping into the absolute like the Lord of the Feast. I don't know. We're dropping into the what's it called in D&D? Is the lair? Like this is the heart of the beast here. We're cutting off the head of the snake. This is a big.
I take offense to that.
We're cutting off the head of the weasel.
That's better.
Whatever.
I take offense to that.
Okay, we're cutting off the head of the Garmir army. Okay.
Carry on.
He's super literal.
Super literal here. There's no metaphors. And my concern is that even with the 5 of us, I mean, if y'all want to risk it,
if we bring another person, they're just gonna die. Like,
yeah,
I don't know that.
Like, above table, this is like, it's the point of the game that we go in there and kill a boss.
Yep.
So yeah.
Is it?
I think so. I don't know.
Is it this boss?
So one thing I'll say above table, like I said this before, but that was where Isabel wasn't around, so I think it's fair that she's privy to this as well. I make sure that depending on who's going to come in, I adjust the battle to that, so it's not completely impossible. Now that you guys
if we brought someone else, he would make it harder.
Okay.
Well, not that. That is like, if that's an impromptu choice, that is a smart maneuver, and that doesn't immediately mean that I alter the boss. But if there's 1 or 2 players missing from such a huge fight, I do tone it down a bit. So initially, it looked like if last week would have continued, you wouldn't be there. In that case, I would have altered the fight a little bit because we're missing 1 player. Now I just crank that back up. So.
Okay, so you basically what you're saying is you've already planned for the, or you plan for the 5 of us to be going in, is what you're saying.
If you want to bring someone else, I cannot and I will not stop you. If you don't, then you don't. I don't know what kind of answer you want from me.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But
it's not like there's nothing barring you from doing it if you want to.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to know if you've taken this into account every time that Fritz hasn't helped us in a fight.
No, because that was an impromptu choice.
Right.
I say we bring him in and we
look familiar.
I say we bring him with us. I say he comes with us and we just prioritize, I guess, healing him.
Oh, speaking of familiar, we have a new one.
Oh.
We have a snake.
Well, you have an actual snake?
An actual
snake. You
were
inspired.
I have a king python.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is really cool.
That's cool.
Could you maybe put a picture in later?
I definitely can.
Isn't that just like really poisonous?
That's a king cobra.
They constrict.
Yeah, king python is a constrictor. She's bit me once, so she's not ready to be held yet. She's only been here for like. Anyway, carry on.
Let's bring him with us. Let's bring him with us.
So who you're gonna bring? Ansem?
I have a feeling that he's going to just die immediately.
If you kill Petra, or if you kill Ansem and then Petra dies trying to find me, like, we're responsible for the death of this whole family. Like,
no. You are.
No,
I
didn't make Petra do anything. All I did was give her a nice hug.
So this is a general D&D thing. Trust me, never ask for a list of people that you were directly or indirectly responsible for their deaths, because that list is something you like. You would feel really bad. Average campaign, you are the direct reason for the death of hundreds of people. Average D&D campaign.
At the end of this campaign, I'm totally going to ask.
Sure, feel free. Like,
I mean, anyway.
So, I guess, how's everybody feel? Are we getting the Lord Commander, or are we just going to try and risk it for the biscuit here?
I'm okay with bringing the Lord.
Hey, for the biscuit.
And character Fritz doesn't have an opinion on this.
I should have named Maslow Biscuit. That would have been so funny.
In for the biscuit. It's Lord Commander.
Yes.
This is a major undertaking, and if your forces can handle the diversion without you, we'd use your help.
I am sure that Ansem, and if she returns, Petra can handle it. Ansem by himself has become a very dependable lieutenant, and I am sure that they can do this part without me. Yes, I will join you.
Okay.
Huzzah!
Then Nabarn will cast his beast speech and go look for anyone that he recognizes at the griffins. Are these all the same griffins, or are these new griffins?
These are new griffins. The other ones are still resting.
Oh. Hello.
Is there enough for all of us, or do you need me to turn into a giant bird?
No, there's enough. Like, I put 3 tokens down, but there's enough for you.
Okay.
Yep.
Maslow growls at the griffin.
Look, this one has brought a beastie with him.
Unless you got beast speech going, you don't hear what he's saying.
No, you just hear caw.
Oh, I can understand. I can understand animals.
Okay, good.
Or at least they can understand me, and I think I can interpret their stuff. Let me look at this.
Yeah, that's your
You just have Nabarlin.
It is, right?
Speech of the woods. You learn to speak, write, and read and write Sylvan, and beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions.
Yeah, so you get a general idea of what they're saying. They fully understand you.
Yeah. Hey guys, Maslow is a little terrified of flying, but he'll be fine.
Oh, she got that really funny accent of the forest folk. Yes, indeed. Scrumptious.
Scrumptious? What's your name? My name's Ivy.
I'm Lieutenant Beaky. Beaky sides.
Nabarlin translates the specific words. Lieutenant Beaky sides.
Yes.
All right. Well, Lieutenant, I'll take you if that's okay. And I say, Maslow, we gotta do this. And he goes, come on, little buddy. You've done this before.
Nabarlin, you're currently using beast speech, so we gotta establish what Maslow sounds like. What's his accent?
He sounds like, oh my goodness, I hate this.
Like Eeyore?
Yeah, well, he's just like, I hate this, Ivy. Why do we have to do this? I thought I was going to get to eat things, not fly in the air.
I love
he has a little bit of a British accent.
No, that's not British.
Little bit of a British accent. He's just so sad about it.
Better.
Slightly British accent on the panther.
On the panther, yep. He's
so far, most beasts seems to be from the UK.
That's how it works, apparently. Except for Blondie, she hasn't spoken. None of you, I can hear what she says because she only speaks Draconic. So I know how she sounds, but no one else does.
If she's
what does she sound like? Like really German or something?
She's a bit
really German.
Ach nein! I'm going to die again. Oh fuck.
I was gonna go with extremely Southern Belle, but actually I'm kind of digging the fact that she's just like very harsh German.
Yeah.
Very harsh.
Just like, like your average German Helga, like that's it. Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, let's fly.
Let's go.
Yes. So you take off and you fly towards the cathedral. It is a very short flight, as it is just over the wall. This is just my assumption, but as you approach the wall, and because you're already inside, never mind, you don't even fly over the walls. Never mind, I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Then it is an even shorter flight because it's quite literally it's that, and you're
it's
there.
11.
Yes, the square building. That's where you need to go. As you fly over. And you try and look below, which is it's hard to do because there is like a blanket of what you would call it, dense delirium fog.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You will see movement down there. You're a little high up, so it's hard to see what all is the movement. But as you get closer, you'll start to see that there is mostly just random scattered movement of creatures that apparently belong there. And it reminds you of the Battle of Temple Gate. Because the sheer amount of creatures that are just hanging about around St. Vitruvius Cathedral is just absolutely astounding. You think you see hundreds, maybe even thousands, of Garmir and creatures related to it. A couple of them are ginormous. They're not even Garmir. They look like really, really big wolves, kind of like Worgen. There's a lot of them. In the midst of all of that,
Would you like to change our mind?
yeah. No, it is too late. I'm quickly looking because I had a picture of St. Vitruvius Cathedral, like what it looked like as a building.
While you're looking, Nebrelin will have given Thistle a berry, and he would have asked Frist if Fizzle was joining us for this.
Well, you said that you'll probably feel something on your shoulder.
You'll offer a berry to Fizzle as well.
The berry disappears.
So
The
I
fact that it has been eaten.
I can only help 5 people or creatures get down if we actually drop to get down to the cathedral. So I think
Blondie will she'll slow my fall. She can grapple me and then just like lower me down.
Okay, then we have Atoli, Ivy, Tali, Lord Commander.
Oh shit, we got 7.
There it is. I was gonna say.
You get the 5 of us. You get the 5 of us minus me. Then you have
Minus Fritz, I assume he has got it, or not?
You could.
I can't even see you, so
Yeah. That's
I'm
the
just
big
gonna
problem.
ignore you.
Well, in
So
that case, we have the 5 of us minus me minus Fritz is 3 plus the Panther plus the Lord Commander, so you got the 5.
Plus Tali.
Plus Tali. Tali's just gonna go down like a rock.
I was wondering how we are gonna.
We might not be able to
figure
drop.
that
They might have to actually land us.
Wasn't there enough
So
space on
flying.
the roof land?
Yeah, we can get close enough, can't we?
You can to a degree, but you're gonna have to be making a couple of choices soon, TM.
I mean, in that case, you don't need to worry about me. I can fly.
okay.
All right.
Incoming.
So, flying snake, yeah.
There are gliding snakes.
So
So
I'm just even more. I'm just even more worried. What's that in the sky? It's a snake!
All right. So we have yeah, this is a big map and there's a lot of tokens, so this might take a second to load. Looking at the area, broad cobblestone streets warp around this immense Baroque cathedral that is in this August square. The structure is dominating the plaza around you, completely dwarfing the nearby buildings, with a 250-foot tall spired central dome that looms large over the gently sloping terracotta rooftops of the surrounding townhouses. The main dome is flanked by 4 stocky towers meticulously decorated with religious iconography and angelic sculptures. Between each are semicircular apses lined with stained glass windows 50 feet high. Thus the building has a rough square footprint, as you can see. The outer facade has rows of alcoves containing life-size statues of valiant paladins and devoted clerics. Broad steps lead up to the columned entrance portico where a massive rose window rests above 3 sets of golden double doors embossed with heavenly visages. Splayed out before the majestic building is a sprawling and ramshackle camp of makeshift hovels, smoking pyres, and improvised barricades. Tall wooden stakes are driven into the ground along the streets, displaying macabre trophies of bones, rib cages, skulls, and body parts. Guttural yelps and furious howls echo down the streets, and the overpowering scent of decaying offal, feces, and wet animal fur wafts about the haze-filled courtyard. This place was a battlefield long before it turned into a battlefield today. As you are approaching, you will see exactly what you're seeing right here. You think in the distance that you see a row of creatures moving closer on the main road that leads to the temple, which would be Temple Road. And you would be correct to assume that these are indeed the paladins on their way to meet you here. They have timed their approach well, and they will be here within a minute or 2. At the same time, the hooded lanterns are currently making their move through the city, though you can't see them, which makes sense. They are not moving as an army, but rather as a couple of squads. As you are getting closer to the cathedral, you have indeed a couple of choices to make. Approaching this cathedral, you can do one of 4 things. You can land still in the nearby area and approach on foot. You could try to somehow enter through the front door. Even on the griffins, you could totally try to fly through the doors. So thank you. I mean, just listing down the options, right? You can drop down onto the cathedral, but there isn't really a point to drop down on safely unless you have some way to break your fall. The 4th option would be to land on one of the towers, one of the corner towers, and then descend from there. Your best guess is from those towers is that they would have some way to go into the cathedral. Drawbacks of these things are obviously everything that is around you on the ground. These creatures, as you know by now, as you fought them countless times already, have bows and arrows. Almost all of them have. So all of these creatures are considered ranged. That is something to consider. You don't see any heavy machinery in forms of ballista and whatnot that they had on the tower, on the gates towers. But they're still easily 100, if not more, Garmir directly close to the cathedral. What do you do?
So how are we feeling about dropping down? Do we have enough, I guess, coverage to get down safely? We're all speaking like 300 feet here. Do we have enough coverage to get down safely? He looks to everybody.
I can get down there easily. You don't
Maybe
have to
in
worry
this
about me.
area?
Why don't we circle in this going on?
But I feel like then we will become the distraction.
Yeah,
I mean, we are 300 feet in the air, and there's haze, so we are probably barely visible from the ground. Yes, but we're gonna circle until there is a distraction on the ground, and then we decide what to do.
Will there be a distraction?
There's going to be an all-out war in the front yard.
Okay.
Yeah, the cavalry's,
well, then let's
cavalry's
do
coming
that.
through.
Let's
But
wait.
while we're doing that, we can decide how we go down there. I would probably suggest a tower, entering through a tower.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm with the steward on this one.
And should we have the Griffins fly us directly down to them, or
Well, that's what I was asking. If we have enough coverage to safely fall, or should we go just actually have them do a little drop off?
I was about to just do one Griffin at a time. Like, if we're all going in for like a hour, then I imagine one Griffin can and
the issue with that would be I would say Griffins you can easily spot, and we will probably easily be spotted, especially if we go in one by one.
Yeah, so if we do it, we gotta do it all at one time. So it's all or nothing kind of thing. Yeah.
Does the tower have like an accessible rooftop, or is it a slanted roof?
So the middle is just a giant dome, which is the highest point of the building. The 4 square towers around them, they sort of have a landing, so you can land on it. And you think it has a way to access the inside of the cathedral, but you're not 100% sure.
I mean, once we are like standing on the roof, it's a lot easier than trying to drop somewhere. And it's mostly flat, so we can drop there.
Well, they're going through as a diversion, so we'll wait for the diversion, and then we all just land on that tower.
Yeah, no use wasting valuable resources on trying to get down.
Yep, works for me.
Sure.
Marlon's, I'm gonna look through Thistle. She has better eyesight. Can he make out the primo tower to land on?
You're gonna have to go, like, there's little to no tactics to this, as you didn't really get any blueprint of the cathedral or whatever. So you're gonna have to go by whatever you see, basically. Give me a perception check from Thistle.
Wait, did we not get it? I could have swore that we had we got a layout from the Paladins. Did we not?
Not from the cathedral. No.
Yeah.
No, you got it from the tower, the gate. You asked it for. You asked for that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Based on your 10, Thistle will see that the 2 front towers are slightly higher than the back ones. Like, they're not even, they're slightly higher. Whether or not that means you should land on them or you shouldn't is up to you. But that is what you'll learn.
Oh. Slightly higher means slightly more harder to see, so that's good enough.
The other thing would be we're also trying to kill a lot of the feast. Like, if we were just aiming for the archive, maybe the back would be better, because I assume like the access to the archive would not be like right next to the entrance of the cathedral.
Yeah, but we got here.
Yeah. Then when we go down and maybe try to get to the doors and barricade them from inside, as if possible, as like a first goal. We will see what happens in there, but that might be a good idea to prevent any reinforcements.
So the first step is landing on the tower.
How tall are the towers?
How tall they are? Let me have a look. The central dome is 250 foot high.
Oh, damn.
And the 4 tower, yeah, this is a big building. The 4 towers around them are shorter than that, but it isn't listed. So I'd say maybe 100.
Look at the tall towers. So they'd be out of range of any arrows at that point.
Yeah, let's go for tall ones then.
Yeah, for longbows, which is what most Garmir have, longbows have a range of 150/600, so 600 with disadvantage.
Destroyer. We'll have to take the disadvantage if they try and shoot at us.
All right, so which tower do you take?
Let's do let's go with the left one. Or actually, here, let's make it fun. Let's do if it's even, we'll do left. If it's odd, we'll do right. Left one.
All right. Also, next
That's
time,
the
if you
right
want to
choice.
flip a flip a coin, you can actually. It's not in the little tray, but if you type in /R1D2, it actually flips a coin.
Oh.
Yeah,
And that was also even. So
it's also even. So like,
it has decided for us.
The left one. All right. Then I have one final question, and that is, how do you drop down there? The Griffins make their move, and what happens then?
Are we landing? Or are we doing
we're gonna land.
hill? All right, we're landing.
Yeah.
Land.
We wait until the distraction commences, and then we basically a quick touchdown from the Griffins, so they don't stay in
good.
there for long.
It takes but a few minutes before, indeed, you can also hear the ground below you, well, the Garmir on it, to become active. The paladins have arrived, and they have indeed been instructed to make sure that they make a lot of noise and create a distraction. It seems to be working. Most of the Garmir are pointing their attention towards the east, which is where the road from Temple Road is joining the square. So a lot of them are looking that way. It's still hard to see who are amongst the paladins. It's a group of silver and gold. That's what you can see at this distance. It's hard to see if the Knight Commander is there as well. He probably is, but you can't really tell. As this is happening, you notice that there is some movement in between the Garmir that are directly on the west side of the cathedral. A couple of them drop down to the ground. It seems like they're barraged by arrows, and some of them are turning their attention westward to see where that came from. It seems that the hooded lanterns are pelting them with arrows to try and distract them to that side. They're trying to pull apart the group to draw away from the cathedral a little bit. If there ever was a moment to drop down, it would be now. And as all of you descend, which are you going to descend at the same time or one by one?
We're doing it all at one time because we don't want to spread this thing out.
All right. Then I need one roll for that and one roll for that. And we have our story. All right. You all land on the tower, and as luck would have it, the larger towers indeed have access to the interior. They actually have some wood rafters on the inside of the tower to go down. The others don't. It's a good choice there. The other ones would be like, well, you're on the tower. Good luck. There is a hatch, and as you go through the hatch, you will see the tower below. I will just show all of your tokens at once. There you are. Feel free to position yourself wherever you would like. You're basically coming down from the rafters. It's empty in this tower. There's no one here. There is a very pungent smell that reminds you, I think it might remind you the most of either like used cat litter. Yeah, like, you know, the one that, like, you know, after a week, like, oh, this should have been cleaned a week ago. That. It's not the smell that you would immediately associate with a cathedral.
No.
Is it myrrh? No, it's not.
It's purr.
It's purr. Even Maslow's like, good heavens.
Good heavens.
So
Good heavens, you're in.
It's a flat rooftop, and then you have the stairs going down.
Yes.
All right. Well,
There is only one door in this room, which is on the eastern side.
oh, there's a door. Shall we open the door?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. From here on out, the map requires a little explanation. Hashtag I would have made it differently. There. So the cathedral has multiple layers that they added onto one map, and that's great, and it looks good. But sometimes I need to kind of explain how it runs. Right here, you will be underneath the a staircase, so to speak. So there is a small hallway here, which leads to another door.
Okay. I will thaumaturgy the door open.
All right. And that will open into a grand room. You will see that this grand room has a balcony that runs all across the room here. But it seems that you are entering the main area of the cathedral. You can see that the main doors of the cathedral have been blown out and they're lying on the ground. Right in the middle of this this floor is a giant piece of circle magic that you can see.
Ooh.
It is glowing, but it isn't actively doing anything other than glowing. You can tell that this room extends way beyond where you are right now. Like the fact that opening the door already gave this subtle echo of like, oh, this is a big room. But there's more beyond the door. You are underneath this balcony.
But in the tower where we went down, there wasn't another door where we could have entered the balcony itself.
No,
So
there is
we're
another
on the
way to
ground
get to the
level
balcony.
now.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't like
Well-
the blown out doors.
So much for barricading the entrance.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can Nesper from this distance infer what the magic circle is for, or would he need to get closer?
Give me an Arcana check to see if you can tell.
Oh god damn it! It's one.
Yeah, you're actually you're pretty sure what this is.
It's magic.
Yeah, no, this is a teleportation circle. You've seen this before, and yeah, if you stand in that, you'll be teleported somewhere else. So that's dangerous.
Do you say
Barlin-
that to all of us?
Do you tell Nabarlin that?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. It's a teleportation circle.
Nabarlin knows what a teleportation circle looks like.
I was
Is that a
about to
teleportation
say, I'm
circle?
pretty sure. Patience are-
It does not look like a teleportation circle.
It is not a
Nestor,
teleportation circle.
Where's your get your head out of your ass? Come on, man.
He's gonna clean the slits of his mask to see clearly. That was full of soot.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's from
yeah.
a falling down, right? Like, that just rustled everything. Looking into the room now again, you sort of agree. Like, oh wait, no, that's actually just Garmier magic. You have no clue.
Lord Commander, come with us.
All right, so
Lord Commander was admiring this wall, like this wall and I
A
had some good
beautiful
times
wall.
together. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have
So
my
there's
first
no one-
confession.
there's no one in there.
Give a first confession.
In this front area, no. Though now that you have the door open, like it's echoey beyond this, and you can hear the murmurings of creatures. Like there is life here.
Did we take those stairs behind us over
It just
here?
going back up the tower.
That'll be just up the tower again.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I see. I see. Oh, I see what we're doing. All right.
If you want to, like, to be completely clear, if you want to look around the corner to look into the room, you can. You didn't state that just yet. This is what you just see if you open the door.
That's what I
guess we'll just walk in.
Sure.
Yes.
Invisibly.
All right, give me 1 second because this takes a second to completely reveal. Because oh boy, this is a big building.
Fritz, what do you see with your green person eyes?
I mean, you don't know that he's in there yet.
Not to quote Star Wars or anything, but I have.
That is very fair. I will do most of it. I'll probably have to do this in 2 bits because this is too big for one screen. But looking into the room, you will see
We have a 64% chance of success.
I'll be the judge of that.
No.
See,
there we are.
I'm interested. They lowered by 1. Maslow. Maslow rolled.
Oh boy.
All right. So allow me to give you the description because this is the descriptions of campaigns are often they're a bit of hit and miss. Sometimes the description is great, sometimes the description is meh. This is one of those where I was like, yeah, I don't need to change anything about this. This is great. So, what you see. The Cathedral of St. Vitruvio houses a vast interior space. A monumental rotunda topped with a 250-foot-high dome forms the central sanctuary where the brazier of the sacred flame is set. The ribbed roof features an elaborate fresco depicting an angelic host descending from on high, lifting the wretched and the lost towards a divine light symbolized by a blazing sun. A row of stout, yawning windows rings the base of the dome, bordered by multifaceted mirrors that create angular beams of light, leaving spotlights on the floor and walls around the central altar. 4 halls extend in each cardinal direction like wheel spokes from the rotunda. Colossal marble columns decorated with cherubs line the aisles down each and support high vaulted ceilings 120 feet overhead. Murals upon the ceilings of the naves and aisles depict scenes of saints, angels, and martyrs performing righteous acts of mercy, compassion, and sacrifice. Each hall ends in a semicircular apse set with arch-stained glass windows 50 feet high, except the southern hall that serves as a main entrance, above which is a rose window. Unnatural hues from outside flood this once holy place through the many windows and cast the chambers in an unsettling and otherworldly pallor. The sanctuary has been defiled by the countless carcasses of the Garmir's many slaughters. Broken bones and severed limbs are strewn about the carpets of stretched skin and furry hide. Debris and refuse are caked into the cracks and crevices. Vibrant red blood smears the floors and walls. Flensing blades, barbed chains, and meat hooks dangle from the torch sconces. Unrecognizable forms of hanging meat decorate the elaborate chandeliers above. And at the heart of the cathedral is a tiered platform upon which rests a 5-foot-wide granite brazier. Instead of a glorious golden flame piled within is a mountain of blood-soaked skulls. This place is a slaughterhouse. And looking in the direction of the brazier, you will see quite a few Garmir and their companions hanging about. But perhaps the one most significantly and easy to recognize is a giant Garmir in their midst, his hair white and his face more evil than all of the Garmir combined. He's holding a wicked giant bow, and he seems like a menace. That must be the Lord of the Feast. That is your target.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, we tried. Let's get out of here.
Anyway,
How
we
high-
tried. We came. We saw. We ran.
The internal balconies, how high off the ground are they?
Yeah.
Let me see if there is a number on that. But if not, I'd say like 50.
All right. And next question is, do I see an obvious way up there?
Yeah. Are we entering onto the balcony or under the balcony?
Under. So you're on the ground floor.
Under. Okay, so we're like down here.
Yes. So you
Okay.
do, from where you're standing right now, you do not. Do you walk any? Let me see. Do you walk any further, Fritz?
He doesn't see one immediately. He will just use a feature of his,
Yes.
namely the elemental gift, and now he has flying speed and can hover for 10 minutes. So he will
Okay.
just fly up 50 feet and basically hover at the height of the balconies.
Sure. So you'll see that the doors that you came through are mirrored above you, and they connect to a small hallway, like both sides. So the doors that you just came through are mirrored above you.
All right.
Okay.
Do I see
So
any
if we went
Garmir
up
up
these
there?
stairs, then we could.
Sorry, which one?
Go ahead, Fritz.
I was just gonna ask if I see any Garmir on the balconies.
No, they're empty.
All
I
right.
would
In
rather
that
be
case,
on a
he'll just
balcony.
God damn it.
Allow me. You can move if you go south and then to the side. You should be able to fly around it.
No, the problem was I had different elevations for Fizzle and Fritz, and it reset it because I tried to move them together. He'll basically just fly along the, or rather, about 10 feet above the balconies.
Sure. Do you open any doors up there? Because you have the door basically that is mirrored above you. Other than that, there's not a lot of doors here.
No, he'll literally just go to this position and see and wait for the party.
Okay. From there, you will see a little more, so I'm going to give you just a bit more.
Like this.
All right.
You let us know you're doing that, or we just assume you're, as far as we know, you're still right next to us?
Yes.
Did you tell us that you're doing that?
No.
Cool.
Okay.
Great. Awesome. Love it.
Communication is everything.
Barlin will look over at the empty space where he thought Frizzle was, because he felt you walk by. He's like, "All right, Frizzle, we're going to get ready to go." Or Fritz, we're going to get ready to go. Frizzle.
Let's see.
The two of
where
you.
Fritz is, you should also be able to see this part.
I don't see
Silence
any way
judges
to.
too silently.
There we go.
I don't see any way we can sneak around here. As soon as we step through the door, they will hear and see us.
Well, there's a banister there, right?
If we go up these stairs, do we get on this little like wooden area? Is that what the stairs are leading to?
Yes, and that will bring you back up to the top of the tower.
Yeah, those are coming down from the top of the tower where we landed.
Is there a door on this side right there where the stairs are? No, that's not where the door is. Okay.
No, the only door that's there is where you are right now.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what my question was. Because I thought, oh, we could just like sneak in that way.
Yeah, I was like, we could just go up the stairs and get to the balcony part, but no.
No,
Right,
the only thing you can see is across the way, and that's the only one you can see across the way. So over here, that is sort of like an alcove that you can sort of like sneak into, because there's a rather big wall over here. But you'd have to cross.
And we assume maybe from how parallel things are, that there's also an alcove on this side.
Correct. Fritz has already seen it as he flew past.
Okay.
But it's an alcove on the ground level.
On the ground level. I'd love to be in an alcove. That sounds amazing.
unless we can hop down, this is going to be a. How high up is this? How high up is this area right here?
We're not in that area.
You're on the
Right?
ground floor, so you're underneath that, but that's 50 feet.
Oh! We're on the ground floor.
Yeah,
so
we're not on the. Yeah, that's why I wanted to try to get up to that balcony, but we're not there.
Well, Fritz is.
Fritz is, but he hasn't told anybody that he's there.
I gotcha. So when we walk out, so if I walk
We'll
here,
be down here.
I'm on the same floor. I could walk over to this thing right here, couldn't I? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Wow,
this is hypothetical,
sucked.
by the way, right? Like you didn't actual.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm illustrating.
He didn't
making sure.
actually do it, DM. Good God.
Could you imagine just explaining that to the party? Like, so I could literally walk over here, guys. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Like, could you wait a minute? Just like, I'm trying to explain something here.
All
We'll be
right.
right with you.
I suggest we sneak towards one of the alcoves.
I'm gonna point to my armor. We can try.
Yeah. And Blondie is the size of a horse, so.
I'm really stealthy. I might push
you-
past you guys and start sneaking.
I'm getting fucking PTSD.
I am stealthy. I'm not as stealthy as Elodie was, but I'm
Elodie was
reasonably
stealthy.
I have +6. +6
Right,
to
so-
stealth. Not terrible.
So
Famous
we're
last
gonna.
words, literally.
So we're gonna do a V-shaped maneuver. It sounds like.
Oh, sure.
I think I should stay. I can stay back on Tali. If I hear anything going down, I will ride out as fast as I can to support you guys. So if I hear
Okay.
any weapons or an exchange start, I'm gonna go. Should I also keep an eye on the magic circle? If anything
Teleport
if
them.
anything happens, should I try to dispel it? I might be able
I
to
also
do that.
have a dispel. I have dispel capabilities as well. So.
I think yes. Whatever. If we can dispel it, we dispel it. Because whatever the fuck that is, it's not a good thing. So. I don't think it'll hurt too much if we actually dispel. Whether or not you can, that's a different story. As Barry would say, you can certainly try.
All right.
You saw I was waiting for that, huh?
I'm gonna creep. I'm a creep.
I'm gonna stay back here in the hallway with Tali and be ready on top of Tali to sprint out.
I'll
Anything.
wait till you sneak by because I don't want to ruin your stealth with my slightly worse stealth. I've got +3, but
Me and Maz are gonna try to sneak, so I'll make a 1 for me. I'm making a 1 for me.
Go right ahead.
Oh, terrible. Okay, 12. And
Okay,
then
so where do you want to
Maz,
move?
I'm just sneaking like right here.
Okay.
And then Maz is gonna roll as well. Come here, Mazzy.
Sneaking.
Does he have? Oh, he has +6 to stealth. Nice.
It's a panther.
He's a freaking panther, baby. Oh, he rolled much better than I did. 21. That boy is invisible. I think that means that he gets all the way over here and
Yeah.
is more hidden.
He will get around the corner.
Yeah, he'll get around the corner. Just right there.
Ivy, when you get up to where you are right now, you kick away a pebble that you didn't see.
Yeah, I do.
And this
Yeah,
is
I
the
do.
stone floor. So tick, 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 tick.
Tick, 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 tick.
I'll give you one reaction to basically do an instant like, uh-oh, something. What do you do? What's your something?
My something is I will
You grab the nearest 2 branches and act like a tree because you're a druid.
I should have cast Pass Without a Trace on myself / everybody, but I'm a
You should have.
dum-dum.
Swear,
I will
I'm PTSD and it's coming back so hard right now.
it's coming back real bad. I will
Post-traumatic
cast
stress druid.
Thorn Whip. And I will throw the pebble I don't know why I'm using a cantrip to do this, but I guess Thorn Whip is doing it. I'm gonna throw a pebble all the way over here.
Why are you using Thorn Whip for that?
I don't know. Why not?
No, it's fair.
Why not use my cantrip? Right? It can throw stuff. Kind of.
I mean,
anyway.
It's an attack spell. So you try to attack the pebble so it flies further?
Yeah. I want it to be over here where they'll look to that direction and not at me.
Just one thing. The spell has verbal and semantic components, probably.
And I'll just throw a pebble and throw it. Thank you.
So the pebble will go there and be like think think, and on the other side there's like this gigantic wham.
No, I'll just grab the pebble and throw it. I'll just grab a rock, throw it over there. Hopefully.
Sure.
Good. Pebble go.
Make me a roll me a d20. Let's see what happens.
D20? No.
Yeah.
Why? 15. Okay.
So, do you stay where you are, or is this what you do? You throw the pebble and that's it?
I throw the pebble and I try to move next to Maslow right here.
Okay. It'll work. The pebble will land squarely over there, and it will attract the attention of the Lord of the Feast, as he has
Why
very
are we measuring
keen...
to me? I don't like that.
He has a very keen sense of hearing, which means that he will walk over yonder.
Oh no!
And look into that hallway.
I will.
This is seconds. In the meantime, what's the rest of you guys gonna do?
We gotta open this up at some point. So I'm assuming I see her dip around the corner because I'm like doing this right here. So I see her get around the corner. He's now over there. I relay this info back to Atoli and Lord Commander.
I mean, this would give me a...
What you got in mind, Atoli?
Firewall.
Firewall?
Well, he's alone now. If I could put a firewall up behind him, that pretty much singed every single friend wanting to come in and help.
Ooh.
That means we get him alone for a little bit, and everybody else in. Wounded.
That'd be good.
Not a bad idea.
What level spell is Firewall again? That's third, right? Fourth. Yep.
It's one of your levels.
It's also Barry. So all these Garmier in the front are they've moved away because they've gone after the cavalry, right?
There is the odd Garmier outside, but it's definitely not as much as that are still in the map. I'm just not going to move all the tokens, but it's quiet outside right now. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want you to do a firewall and then we go, oh shit, there's like 20 that's all just running the front door. So
I mean, there's a lot
you
of,
can't run.
There's a lot of commotion outside, I imagine.
Yeah.
So let's do that. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, the thing is though, that commotion outside of the fighting and whatnot is not loud enough to attract the people inside. Like this is like, pretty like there's sound you can hear because the doors are open, but it's not like there's not a battle going on outside.
But if we're gonna do this, I can dispel the magic circle at the same time. At least try to.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
I don't have anything I could do. So yeah, I guess that'll be their opening shenanigans. Will be attempt to dispel that circle, and then we'll do a firewall to separate the Lord of the Feast from his cronies. And Yeah, I guess that's what we got right now.
Big last question. We heard about one Garmir that was formerly the Firekeeper, or what they were called.
The High Flame Keeper, yes.
High Flame Keeper. Do we see any fancy one around here, or
give me a perception check if you realize that there's one different, without looking at the tokens, because there's a different token.
It's gotta be the hyena, right?
With a 14, there is one who is sort of like floating close to the brazier a lot.
Floating, or
hanging around, not literally floating.
Okay.
We were about to be extremely distressed. One of them can float.
I got 16, so I'm assuming me and Nesper are just looking at each other and go.
Yeah, you both you're like, that's the one. Like they're wearing tattered rope. You've talked to the High Flame Keeper, Ophelia.
She told us about her.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same robes, so just way tattered.
Okay.
Let's keep him in mind.
So, that's what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Opening salvo is firewall plus an attempt to dispel this squiggly in the middle.
Sounds good.
All right. Before we get into that, a point of note above table. We we have about half an hour left. This is going to be a big one. This is going to take a long. This is a big one because this is a big boss fight.
I have no plans.
You don't.
That might be fair, but I have work tomorrow.
On the 23rd?
On the 23rd? Seriously?
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, I'm saving up my days for next year because I got an extra cruise that I got to go on to.
Okay.
Yeah. My best friend's father passed away last year, and he was going to go on a cruise with his dad. So he's still going to do that.
The spot of a dead man?
Well, his father, he's gonna scatter his father's ashes somewhere in Alaska, and he was like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna do that." And I was like, "Do you want someone to come with you?" It's like, "Can you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure," but that does cost me a couple of days, so that's why. So basically, what I'm saying is we can start it right now and then break it off about half an hour into the battle, or if with your permission, we can call it a day here and then do the fight next game.
I'm okay with calling it a day here, honestly.
Yeah, as much as I would hate to get in the middle of it, we could. Or so totally. What I was thinking, I saw. Now you put there, what if you try to catch him in part of the wall and try and do a little opening? Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a chance to move to the other side, though. I believe.
Right.
If you catch him in the.
Because if he saves, then he could just walk through it, and
yes, and then he can walk to the other side.
Yeah, so maybe don't catch him in it.
That still is a wall between us and the guys, though. They would have to come through it in order to get us.
Yeah, I think that's.
Haha! You can't come near us. Oh wait, we still need to kill him, right?
Gosh damn it!
Yeah, only one side of the wall deals damage; the other doesn't. So.
Right.
Yep.
So you could choose to either hurt the guy or hurt the people coming in.
I think you should try and keep them out. Is probably what we should.
I think you should hurt the people coming in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then we
rather than the guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think doing this next time is better than doing getting partway into it. I'll just find it so hard to step away. So.
I also saw Fritz was fireball.
Yeah, that's 100% a fireball. I saw the size.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
We know.
Ye old fireball.
It might be thunderclap. No.
No.
Also, it's a square temple.
It's been a second
Awesome.
since I've been a druid, so they have cool new spells for druids, and I looked at all of them. They're really cool.
This is a hell of a test run here. So
yeah. Just don't kill my panther, and we'll be okay.
you can get your Well, I guess no, you can't get it back. Like, what happens if your
if a real animal dies, then the real animal dies. He's not my familiar. He's a real animal.
Oh.
So please don't let him die.
I'm just used to Blondie.
You can't eat her. You can't eat the panther and then.
No, I can't eat the panther. The panther doesn't go into my mouth.
No, I was talking to Navarro. Maybe he can do it.
No.
Oh yeah. Maybe I could. Yeah.
I can summon a spirit that is kind of like him, but no, he's a real boy.
Not to play your character, but you have polymorph, and that works also on companion animals.
Oh, so true. I don't.
You could totally turn him into something devastating.
I don't have polymorph. I didn't take that one. Maybe I should have.
You don't have it prepared. Yeah, that's true.
Turn the panther into an elephant.
I took a bunch of dumb spells. I don't know if they're gonna work.
You took a bunch of dumb PTSD all over the place.
No, you took a pretty good spread, to be honest. You took a couple of things where I was like, yeah, the party's missing something like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to be good about it, but now I'm looking at the spells and I'm like, these suck. Like, why did I pick create/destroy water? Like, that is the dumbest spell ever. Why did I pick that?
In a city like Drakkenheim, that is actually a really powerful spell.
Yeah, I would say that
there's no such thing as uncontaminated. There's no uncontaminated water. You pick a bowl, create water, you have actually fresh water. That's strong.
Yeah, that is helpful. Yeah. It's helpful for survival stuff. And that's what I was thinking, like, what spells would this druid who has not been to Drakkenheim actually have to be able to make this journey? And I was like, well, she'd need that. She'd need some healing. She'd need blah, 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 blah. So, we gave it a shot.
You can make your skin sound like a dog, right?
Yeah, I have bark skin. It's really helpful because my AC is 14. I can make my AC 17.
I can see.
So.
Everyone was like, "Oh, that's true."
But yeah, I know what you said. Yeah, bark. Ha 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 ha. Maybe I can give me and the panther bark skin.
You can. If you touch, so you can give.
I just have to upcast it. Yeah.
You can also make a cat bark. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can also make a cat bark. Just throw a flask of oil over it and light it. Woof.
No. Okay, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
If you then dunk it into water, is it the upwoof?
Oh God, that's really funny.
Not the subwoofer.
Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
Let's call it for here then, and thank you for that. Which means that I will see you guys after Christmas. Yeah, like it's good. How what? Like we didn't even ask. How was theater? How did it go?
It was really good. It was so fun. I'll show you guys some pictures later.
Please do.
But yeah, I was really adorable. I was super cute. Everyone said I was really cute, and it went really well.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah,
love it.
The most important thing is how adorable I was as a little satyr fawn person. They let me keep the ears. They let me keep the ears and the horns so I can use them for cosplay.
So your next character is going to be
yeah. I mean, in a different campaign, I'm a fawn in a different campaign, so I'm thinking of like wearing them to the next session that I have in person with these people. Just be like, yep, it's me. I have the fawn ears and the horns. I'm super cute. But, yeah.
Alrighty. So everyone have a very happy Christmas or holidays, whatever you were celebrating. But happy days. We will see each other just before the next year. One more thing is the transfer to Polyhedron. That is a thing that is currently in the works. I'm doing the final steps for that. Server's up on that side, so I just need to copy this over, but luckily it's very modular, so I can pick this up, put it on the server, and it works. The only thing that changes for you guys is the URL. And then there is the transfer to the Polyhedra Discord and whatnot. I'll drop some information on that when that is happening. I'm expecting that to be somewhere in the next week, probably just after Christmas. But there will be a big information nugget of like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like that's all that's happening. And there will be this transition period because there's still a couple of things that we need to work out, like the fact how payment works. They said like, yeah, we're gonna work that out, and I want to like, okay, I want to know how it works so I can also help.
Yeah.
So that is probably going to be somewhere in the next couple of days. Once that is all settled, I'll share a message with you guys so we know what's happening. But it will probably be after Christmas.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Anyways,
Have a good Christmas. Bye bye now.
All right.
Yeah.
That puts us at a very peculiar spot for next time. Right. Anyway, I'll see you all session 33 next week. Merry Christmas, everyone.